Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. You are tuning in to episode 57. I'm your host, Kaylee Lindholm, strategic growth advisor for female leaders in aesthetics who disrupt the status quo. And I am on a mission to help 100 intentional and inspiring women in aesthetics cross the next $1 million mark in their business this year. And that mission will be accomplished through the strategic work we do in the POP Leadership Academy, taking our clients through 5 powerful growth milestones to gorgeously align their systems, strategy, and team with their ambitious lifestyle goals. So you've heard the saying, success leaves clues. And I absolutely believe that this is the truth. Very often, I am inspired to record podcasts that are influenced by work that our clients are doing in their businesses. Sometimes I'll share best practices, and other times I'll share lessons learned so that you can anticipate and implement strategies to avoid plateaus that may be eminent for you in your business. And today, I'm going to discuss with you the top 3 pitfalls that I truly see preventing and challenging and really becoming barriers for talented business owners who are attempting to build just kick-ass, passionate, profit-producing, winning teams. So here's the thing. You and I, we are not here for a quick buck. We are not here to be a one-hit wonder. We are here to build and lead a company that will stand the test of time, is going to have a huge impact, and potentially can even exist without us. So that may mean exiting the business eventually, i.e. selling it, or even going on a 4-week vacation and not having to check in once. Doesn't that sound amazing? And we have several clients who've been able to achieve that. Awesome, right? But this kind of autonomy and influence does not happen by accident. It comes through intentional strategy and action. So I wanted to take a few minutes today to chat about some of the pieces that you can put in place to create a deeply satisfying, lucrative, freedom-based business that stands the test of time, starting with leverage to scale through your badass on-brand team. Listen, most businesses today are tactic-driven. They are focusing on the wrong things, often trying to solve symptoms of their problems instead of slowing down and addressing the root cause of their primary barrier to growth. Many business owners think what they have is a people problem, but what they really have is a focus problem. Say what, Kaylee? Yeah. Without a clearly defined growth strategy, there is no HR plan that will iron itself out. You see, the only way to budget for a people plan is to create a roadmap starting from where you are and leading to where you want to go, and then reverse engineering what and who it will take to get you to that destination. For example, we recently started working with a client who is at a really powerful crossroads in her business. She has a fully booked schedule. She's pushing appointments months out. Sometimes she has to refer patients out to other providers to help address their more urgent needs. She came to us because she was at a crossroads where hiring another provider to support her, or as she would say, find her mini-me, could provide a plug-and-play solution to doubling her impact. Sounds dreamy, right? Hell yeah, except the part where she was terrified to hire someone to help her. There is an inflection point in your business where you will, if you haven't already, max out your ability to service patients one-on-one, which is fine, except you more than likely took the risk of starting your business from the beginning in order to create a lifestyle for yourself and to create a version of influence that allows you to take a vacation or not have to sit and micromanage your office. Am I right? All right. So if you're approaching this inflection point, what comes next needs to be a carefully constructed, focused plan so you don't make the wrong decisions. And that's why in our Leadership Academy, we work with our clients to co-create a system to help guide them through the most powerful thought work and preparation necessary before even thinking about bringing on that next employee. But today's conversation isn't specifically about that. Like I mentioned, with this recent client, sometimes the decision to hire can bring up internal resistance that gets in the way of us taking meaningful action. So I want today to dive into the 3 most common pitfalls that I see become a business owner's primary challenge to finding and keeping great people. Okay, so I want you to get your pen and paper out and write these down. Number 1 pitfall is that managing people becomes an obstacle to growth. I get it. It's very common that management can feel like a chore. And trust me, many of our clients who have built incredible businesses have brilliant minds, skills, techniques. They still don't feel super confident in their ability to lead and manage a team. See, these are learned skills. And without investing in mastery of team management, hiring people can over time actually become an obstacle to growth because you could be avoiding that whole management scenario altogether. Okay. Pitfall number 2 is waiting too long to hire. So this is the classic chicken and egg syndrome. Should we wait until there's a need to hire, or should we hire to stimulate growth and catapult our growth, right? In fact, waiting too long to hire can result in a boomerang effect where we end up hiring for tactics, or we hire for that position. It's for the things that they can do for us. And we'll accept someone who's kind of the right fit so that we have a body in place, only to find out later that they weren't the right fit for the culture of our company, or worse, they drag down the culture of our company because they're apathetic about their job or have a bad attitude or just a meh attitude, right? And then finally, pitfall number 3 is hiring for positions and not people. If I could give you one takeaway today, it is to please think about your hiring strategy in a different way. Hiring for people and not just for positions. So Nick Saban, some of you may know, I love talking about Nick Saban. He is a highly decorated coach of Alabama football. He has built a championship program, not just a competitive team. Saban recruits a type, okay? He only accepts excellence on and off the field. But his vision, it's not limited to winning games or even limited to winning championships. His mission is to build a legacy. Nick Saban has produced 15 top NFL or Division I university coaches who are modern day disciples of his leadership. He is a brilliant leader. He is fiercely committed to the long game with an unmatchable ability to recruit and move others toward his vision because he stays focused on that mission, right? He doesn't change course because there's a big game to win. When adversity strikes, he's unshakable because he has built an unbreakable foundation. His success, however, didn't come by quick wins or shiny tactics or plugging players into positions. His success grew exponentially really by doing the unsexy basic things with discipline and consistency. He held strong to his core values and focused first on the people, then the role that they would serve in his organization. So now I'm aware of these 3 pitfalls. You might be thinking, where do I go from here? Okay, my recommendation is start by focusing on a growth culture that is fueled by contribution, by hiring intrapreneurs. So let me break that down. First of all, a growth culture is a culture where everyone on the team is vigilantly focused on growth. If you are not moving forward, you are moving backward. And that means you having people on your team who are focused on both their own personal and professional growth, as well as the growth and vitality of the business. Okay. Then contribution culture. And that's a culture where everyone on the team is contributing to the growth of the organization and its vision. It is up to you as a leader to create accountability to your culture. And then finally, if you want to learn more about intrapreneurs, go back to episode 13. I talk about it in the best comp plan to motivate an employee. I talk about in this episode the connection and the alignment between a comp plan and how to motivate an employee and how they are aligned or not aligned in some cases, right? But let me talk about intrapreneurs for a second. There's a huge difference here between an entrepreneur and an employee. Entrepreneurs are driven by upward mobility. They are innately self-motivated and they take tremendous pride in the work that they do. Employees clock in and clock out. In order to create a growth and contribution-based culture, employees need to be held accountable to executing tasks that fuel profitability for the company. You may have already built a team with really amazing people, but they may not be clear on what activities or behaviors, or in some cases, elimination of behaviors, will produce growth for the organization. That is up to you to put into place. So let me ask you, leader, do you have entrepreneurs in your business? How could your business evolve if you did? Are you waiting for the perfect time to start looking for your next entrepreneur? Have you done the internal work to prepare your business to accelerate and grow? And are you considering how your current brand goals, financial benchmarks, marketing plan, and existing team structure will impact those growth goals for the practice? Remember, before you make any moves, it's going to be critical for you to have clarification around the current and future business growth opportunities. If you're like our client who I mentioned, you're ready to grow your business and you want to find someone who's the right fit for your culture, is passionately aligned with your vision, and who's independently ambitious and capable of bringing immediate value to your practice, you may be the right fit for a promotional 4-week one-on-one program that we have to offer within KLC Consulting, basically working with me personally, getting hands-on in your business to develop a strategic growth plan with you. And this strategic growth plan is really for you to get ready to experience new energy, enthusiasm, and excitement for what's possible in your business. So if this sounds exciting to you, you can head over to klcconsultants.com/SGP/apply. Okay. klcconsultants.com/SGP, -apply. It's a long one. I'll link it up in the show notes. You can scroll down and click over there. You'll go there, learn more about it, submit an application. We'll ask you a few questions to determine if this is the right fit for you, meaning if we, based on the qualifications in your application, if we believe that we can help you achieve mind-blowing results, and then we'll schedule a follow-up advisory call with yours truly. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and if nothing else, it has inspired you to pause and think a little bit about your growth plan, your people strategy, and the level of focus in your business. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Fierce Factor. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you subscribe so you can automatically get new shows every week. I'd also love it if you left us a review. And come join the conversation online. If you're an aesthetic industry owner, operator, or leader, please join my free Facebook group, The Tribe of Fierce Aesthetic Leaders, a community of ambitious, purpose-driven professionals who collaborate and share best practices for growth in business and life. I'm honored you tuned in.